My name is Allison. I am an aspiring relationship coach, an aspiring writer, and I just got certified in Reiki healing, so I am officially a Reiki practitioner. So before Goddess Reclamation, I definitely struggled with disordered eating. I had this limiting belief system in my head stating that I wasn't good enough. I had self-love issues, self-acceptance issues. I had worthiness issues, thinking that I wasn't worthy being seen or heard. I chose to invest in the Goddess approach specifically. One, because of the amazing bright light that is Julianne. I had this just pull inside of me in my solar plexus, as I like to describe it. It was just like a pull towards her and the message that she was putting out into the world. 3 words that I would use to describe the Goddess Reclamation approach is intense, but in the best possible way, powerful, and life-changing. So some of my fears or doubts about joining the Goddess Reclamation program was feeling as if I was going to be judged by the other women in the group. I've never worked so closely with other women before, really being honest and vulnerable. And that's what I desired. That's literally what I signed up for the program for, was to have a community of like-minded women that I could lean on. But I was also very fearful of being judged and accepted, or not being accepted for some of the decisions that I've made throughout my life. So that was the biggest fear that I definitely had. One of my biggest wins was getting my period back. I was diagnosed with PCOS when I was 18. And ever since then, I was put on birth control to control my bleeding, or to just either get rid of my period altogether, which left me without a period after I stopped birth control. And so one of my desires for joining Goddess Reclamation was to get back my period, to regulate my hormones, and I got my period back. So that was one of my wins. My second win was honestly just all of the self-acceptance and self-love that I acquired throughout the 5-month-long process. I developed a really nice soul food routine, which involved me sitting in front of a mirror and saying daily affirmations to myself and journaling, and created this really beautiful process for me to do daily if I desired, and that really helped with my self-love. Now I can walk outside confidently with my head up and look at people in the eyes and take myself out to lunch and not feel bothered if people are going to look at me weirdly because I'm sitting by myself. Honestly, I enjoy my own company, and I realize that is an empowering way to walk and feel in this world. My third biggest win is the level of vulnerability that I allowed myself to have. I definitely have carried that into my relationships outside of GR. My most significant mindset shift around my body was loving it, seeing myself as a divine creature, a divine being, and that my body is a work of art and it's doing the best it can with what it's given. I'm able to look at my body with such awe and wonderment and be so grateful for what it does for me. I love my body in its totality now. I can look at myself in the mirror and just be so grateful for this avatar that I get to walk around in this world with. So my most significant mindset shift around pleasure has been that my body is meant for pleasure. The female body is meant to receive pleasure. So I should not have shame around engaging in self-pleasuring activities on a daily basis, because pleasure is what fuels my creativity. I feel energized, I feel more myself, I feel more talkative, I feel like I can walk out in the world with more confidence, and it has changed my life. The relationship with yourself is the foundation for your relationships with others. So if your relationship with yourself isn't all that great, the relationships that you have with others are not going to be as great. So the deeper and more connected that I feel towards my soul and myself, the deeper my relationships with others are going to be. My overall confidence has definitely skyrocketed. Like I said before, I can walk out into the world and look at people in the eyes with my head up. I can take myself out to lunch. I can go to the park and read a book. I'm just not fearful of doing things alone anymore because I got me, you know?